Hey everyone, welcome back to my workbench. So, what I found, this is my setup with my video capture card, my somewhat better one. Alright, so what happened was, this, let me get this more in the frame a little bit. Alright, so this alligator clamp here and this alligator clamp here. This black one's hooked up to the system ground. This red one is hooked up to an external 5-volt power supply. So more or less what I'm seeing is when I have an external 5 volts hooked up to it, it'll work just fine. I mean, where I saw issues is around the corners here. I can do it virtually too. The corners here, you'd actually see some color banding there, and ever since I went ahead and added that 5-volt supply, what's happening is the screen's holding solid. There's no weird color shifts or anything like that. And during demo mode, believe it or not, I have I accidentally recorded like I think 9 hours of demo running on this today. But during the regular gameplay, turning it off and on, I haven't noticed any color glitches when it's on the kind of heavy external power supply. I wasn't joking. It's a laboratory grade supply. I actually keep on my workbench for troubleshooting and stuff like this. Actually, junk picked it. At work there, it was just beyond its like serviceable life. I mean, it still works just fine, but it was not worth paying to calibrate it anymore. So now I have a nice power supply. It's actually cool. It's a actually it's triple output power supply, so it does a good job. So last night I went through and my capture setup is 10% hokey. I have a composite to HDMI converter, which I run into my HDMI converter through I actually have a 1080 capture card, so stupid spikes. I could actually go ahead and capture video. I was tempted a long time ago, maybe a couple years ago. Oh no. I think this is the first time I ever played this level. I don't really play Sonic much. Never had a Genesis as a kid. But you see the color has been holding super sharp. So yeah, so in order to emulate this without having to lug around a giant power supply, as I saw online, other people were having some color smearing issues too. It's probably the best description I can give. And there's a 5-volt regulator sitting back here that it's a larger one. I did the finer one and I'm getting really good results off of that. Well, at least that's been replaced. I've already replaced the caps, some of them twice, so it's not that. But there's a large 5-volt supply, and I see other people actually go through and bypass it more or less. So what I'm going to do is I have, instead of having an 8-pound power supply, I have this. This is a a buck converter. In electronics, there's boost converters, and there's buck converters, and there's boost and buck converters. This one happens to be a buck converter because I'm getting 5 volts. Sorry, I'm getting 7 to 9 volts in, and I want a solid, like, dead on 5 volts out. And I will use it to more or less boost because the power, like, the main on-off switch is here. Yeah, here's a funny thing you can do, because it is, you can see it's actually running off a 5 volt external power, because I can turn off the power supply. It's showing a low battery warning because it's not seeing power at the, there's a comparator circuit for the LED for the low power, so it actually keeps running with and without the that power supply on there. So without its main power supply, I could actually just unplug that if I really wanted to. But I'll have this coming off of the switch over here, and it's great. It's tiny. I'll actually be able to fit it on the. I'll probably end up double-sided taping it to this side of the board here to make it easier, and that's a good thing. The only thing I do is install it, make sure it works, reinstall the screen power switch, which is down here. Reinstall that, but you can see the colors are holding real solid. The little glimmers you see there is just a side effect because I'm using composite output. The actual I don't know if I can get a clearer shot of this. Let me get pretty close actually to show you. I was quite pleasantly surprised how sharp the RGB screen actually is. Turn it this way a little bit. You can see how sharp that. This one's coming in on the RGB line, and really, if I can get focused just right, it's very, very sharp actually. It's actually sharper than the composite output. I have a little get off there. I have a little the heck? I've never played this level before. I have a monitor above me, straight ahead, and I'm using to look at the output. Oh, what the heck? It's supposed to jump over? Oh, we are jumping over it. Okay. It's actually sharper than the built-in screen's sharper than the composite screen, because RGB is always going to be sharper, because of course the color space is separated, and it's a weird level, and the sync line is separate, so it's better than even S-Video. S-Video just is a Luma and Chroma split out. Oh, it's like a landmine. Boy, I have no skills when it comes to Sonic 2, because I've never played this before. I guess that's the halfway spot. Oh, you can see playing it. It's doing great. Using the external supply. So hopefully using that little, oh. Bastard. Wow, this is confusing. Okay. Using this little buck converter, which just reduces the DC voltage down, it'll be able to clear this up. Yeah, using this big old power supply is working great. And you can see how clear it is, and there's no real color issues at all. Because it was hard to show there, but actually I was getting bleed through on the image on those level indicator screens, and I'm not getting that anymore using the external power supply. So, alright, that's enough playing this for now. I gotta fire up that little buck converter. That was fun. I'll have to play that more later. Once I get the new converter in, I'll give it another shot. But I think I found the cause. I think, let me turn off the external supply. I'll turn off this guy. So, to show you where it's at, it's wow, it's been on for hours. It's actually warm. Okay. The guy in question, the culprit, is, I saw online some other people have had to take it out, bypass it too, is actually this guy right there. That is your main 5-volt buck. There's your fine regulation here. I replaced this guy already, and this guy over here is the issue. So basically bypassing him. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. I'll try that in a minute. Get my camera back up there. Get a wider angle. Here. Actually, I prefer the manual focus cameras. Just my thing. Alright, so yeah. I'm gonna take this guy, wire it up. Well, I'm gonna clip it into my power supply, regulate it down to 5 volts, and then I'm going to put in the circuit. So hopefully by tomorrow this will be back together again. Knock on wood. I was thinking it was shielding or something like that, but it turns out it's this little guy right here. I think it's the problem, and I can basically bypass him or boost him, whichever way you want to go, so I don't have to fight with it anymore. And the colors have been looking great. There's been no color shifts, there's no smearing. I'm just glad I found something. I actually found the real culprit this time. I thought I would have to deal with like some sort of weird shielding issue here, but that is not the case. Of course my Kapton's screwed up there. Why wouldn't it? Tape that down while I'm here. But yeah, it's looking promising. And now I know if I ever do this mod ever again, and if I see that issue, it's what it was. And I will, of course, I'm probably unintentionally helping other people out if they have the same issue. So there we go for now. Just wanted to tape that down because otherwise I don't want to bend these little wires too much because they'll crack off, and I've had to fix it once already before. But we're doing okay so far. Alright everyone, thanks for watching. I'm going to fire up the soldering iron, turn my lights back on so I can see them doing. Because the video was just blowing out, the lights are blowing out the video, I couldn't see anything. But yeah, thanks for watching.